The safest advice after 50 might actually be making you weaker. Walking every day, avoiding heavy movements, and taking it easy. That sounds responsible, right? But here's the problem. Your body doesn't reward safe. It rewards stimulus. Now, I'm not saying to do anything crazy like Super Dave or Evel Knievel and drive a motorcycle up a ramp. I'm just saying that you gotta start doing things that are working the muscles in your body. So here's a quick test for you. Sit down, now stand up, and then sit down again. How did that feel? Did that feel smooth? That right there is your real fitness level, not what it says on your smartwatch and not what your steps say. According to research published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, nearly 60 to 70% of chronic lower back pain cases are linked to weak or inactive glutes, not age, not wear and tear, muscles that stopped doing their job. And it gets worse. The National Institutes of Health show that after 50, you lose 1 to 2% of muscle mass per year if you're not actively training it. That means in 10 years, you could lose up to 20% of your strength. While you're thinking, you're staying active. Now imagine your bank account losing 1 to 2% a year and you never checking it. That's exactly what's happening to your body. Now let's talk about walking. Walking is good and walking is healthy, but walking is incomplete. A study from Waterloo University shows that walking only activates 30 to 35% of your glute max, and that's your strongest muscle. So let that sink in. 65 to 70% of your strength potential is just sitting there saying, yeah, guess we're not needed. And here's the chain reaction. Weak glutes lead to poor hip stability, which creates more pressure on the knees and lower back. So this means pain, imbalance, and higher fall risk. According to the American Council on Exercise, falls are the #1 cause of injury hospitalization in adults over 65. And one of the strongest predictors? Weak hip and glute strength. If you're already walking, perfect. You built the base. Now we're adding what's missing. Smart training starts now. Exercise 1, step-ups. This move predicts how you handle stairs for the rest of your life. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to place a stool by the wall, or we're going to go ahead and use the stairs. But I want you to make sure that you're holding onto the railing while you're doing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our legs, we're going to place our foot on the step, and then what we're going to do is we're going to slowly shift all that weight onto that front leg and making sure we're only using this front leg to drive. What we're going to do now is we're going to lift up on that front leg, hanging onto the railing, and then now we're sitting into it, slowly tapping that toe down and making sure we're not transferring any load to that back foot. And then from here, we're going to drive up again. If you're feeling super adventurous while you're doing this movement, what you can do is you can go into extra hip flexion while you're doing the movement, and nice, slow, and controlled. We're going to aim for 3 sets of 10 reps. A study from the University of Florida showed that adults over 60 improved single leg strength by 25 to 30% after just 6 weeks of step-up training. Why? Because life happens one leg at a time. Walking doesn't train that. Stairs don't care how many steps you log today. They care if one leg can handle your body weight. So here's what a mini victory looks like for you. Do you feel slightly wobbly? That's okay. That's your balance system waking up. The more you do this, the less wobbly you'll feel and the stronger you'll be. Exercise 2, glute kickback. This move fixes one of the most common movement problems for anyone above 50. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up by a wall, or we're going to hang on to the back of a chair. And what we're going to do is we're going to set up by holding the wall or hanging on to the back of the chair, keeping spine nice and neutral. We're going to lead with the heel, swinging this leg back, making sure that we're squeezing this glute a whole heck of a lot and going into hip extension before returning into starting position. We're going to aim for 10 to 15 reps for 3 sets. So here's the issue. As glutes weaken, your lower back takes over. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that targeted glute activation improved balance, walking confidence, and hip control in just 4 weeks. Right now, your back is doing overtime for a job it didn't apply for. So here's what a mini victory looks like for you. Is your glute burning like holy heck and your back staying quiet? Good, that's exactly what we're looking for. Exercise 3, the glute bridge. This move can reduce back pain without standing up. We're gonna start on our back on a mat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that our legs are hip width apart and our feet planted and knees up. What we're gonna do in this position now is we're gonna make sure we're driving with the heels, lifting the hips up, and then making sure that we feel a really good contraction through the glutes. One of the things you wanna make sure as well is make sure that the knees are not caving in while you're doing the movement. So make sure that we're just driving with the heels, lifting up, squeezing those glutes, and then lowering back down, nice and controlled. In an 8-week clinical study, glute bridge training reduced lower back pain by 40%. And why? Because it restores something critical, the brain to muscle connection. Your glutes aren't weak because they're lazy. They're weak because your brain forgot how to use them. So here's what a mini victory looks like for you. If it feels harder than it looks, then you're doing it right. Exercise 4, standing abduction. This tiny movement predicts whether or not you can catch yourself from a fall. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit up by the wall or hang on to the back of a chair. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand on one leg here, swing the opposite leg out to the side, making sure that we're going into abduction and blasting glute med or side bum before returning back to starting position. We're gonna aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps each side. The Aging and Balance Journal found hip abduction strength is one of the top predictors of fall recovery. Translation, this helps you not hit the ground. You're not just swinging your leg to the side, you're training your body to stay upright when life gets messy. So here's what a mini victory looks like for you. If your hips are shaking, then that's okay because your hip stabilizers are just waking up. Now let's zoom out for a second. You don't lose independence overnight. You lose it slowly by avoiding strength, skipping challenges, and taking it easy. Until one day, easy isn't enough anymore. Well, here's the good news. Research consistently shows that even in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you can rebuild strength, improve balance, reduce pain faster than you think. So if you're done just getting by and you actually want to stay strong, stable, and independent, comment strong. And if you want to see my method to improve your mobility, check out this video.